it's Ryan Tierney from Lean Made Simple. We're on day 2 of the 2-second Lean Summit, and you're really going to enjoy the next presentation. It's by Kolbe Akers, and to be honest, it was one of my key takeaways from the entire summit. You're really going to enjoy the next presentation. It's all about applying lean principles to your life and to your health. So thank you, and I really hope you enjoy this.
Hi, I'm Kolbe Akers from Fastcap, and this is me. Day-to-day operations at Fastcap. I made numerous improvements to this machine. I really understood what lean was. I thought I did. I was good at making those small 2-second improvements and adding value. However, I was in a chaotic state and I didn't know how to lead. I wanted to lead, but I couldn't lead like this. Red Bull in the background. I was a hypocrite. This is what I was fueling my body with every day. Really, my body wanted quality food, fuel my mind. So one day I asked myself, at 410 pounds, am I really helping people grow? And one might ask, what is the purpose of Fastcap? Well, it's to grow people. Me and Vlad, if you've ever been to Fastcap, you've met Vlad. He's been there 15 years, and we'd go, it's to grow people, and we would joke about it. Really, though, the purpose of Fastcap is to grow people's mind and skill sets, not your stomach or ego. So I had all these beautiful tools in front of me. I really understood 2-second lean. I knew how to make 2-second improvements. I mean, I'm the son of Paul Akers. I should get the whole thing, right? I was embarrassed by the middle one. I really put it down and never paid too much attention to it. It was hard being a big guy and son of this lean maniac that really understood health. My friend Johnny gave me the 12 rules for life. It influenced me in a way. But so we're going to lunch next. Are you guys thinking about these kind of foods? Is this what you want to put in your body? Or you want something like this? Quality food, pure energy, fuel your mind. I'm going to introduce you to Johnny, who works in our customer service department and is one of my best friends. If you call into Fastcap, you'll most likely get him or my wonderful mother. He changed my perspective. I walked into my rental house one day and Johnny just set this steak in front of me. He didn't say why, he didn't push anything on me, he just gave me a different perspective. He goes in to talk about Jordan Peterson, and I say, yeah, I know who it is. Makes a lot of sense, the carnivore diet, and it makes me start to think, well, Jordan's this healthy guy, he's slim as can be. What does the carnivore diet do for him? Well, it creates a clear mind, is what he goes into. So I go home, and I start coming up with my own quality food, or at least what I think I want to eat. Share your improvements, though, the most important part. The first week, I send this to my health nut father, and he stops me right there. He's like, I'm proud of you that you're doing awesome, but what's that? Is that A1 sauce? Is that sugar? Little did he know it was for my partner, but it gave me this realization that I have to be that careful, that perspective change of, wow, that little tiny bit on that plate is really what you're concerned about and what I need to be concerned about. Share your improvements, the different new eyes. So 2 weeks in, I go to a movie with my partner, into the diet. They want $14 for a bottle of water. Who on earth is going to pay that? So you got to make her happy, though, and I buy her a Coke. Halfway through the movie, get pretty thirsty. What's that little bit going to do to me? I'll be fine, you know? It's just a little bit of Coca-Cola. The most consuming feeling I've ever had on this earth. It captivated me. It changed my perspective so strongly that I felt like I was sliding on ice. Completely no control. I couldn't control my emotions, my actions. It put that perspective change that I needed. So 2 weeks in, I built this massive wall. And now I understand from the comment on the A1 sauce and from that drink of Coca-Cola and the intoxicating feeling it gave me, I know I don't ever want that again. And sugar's over that wall. So I hit the reset button and I go to the Gemba. I start cooking. You know, cooking's part of eating healthy. When I think of cooking, I think of Gordon Ramsay. I want love to go into the food, and I want quality food so that I can enjoy it and I can enjoy the thoughts I get from it. And at 1,000 meals a year, you'd think we'd be experts at the age 18. not the age 50. So I started the carnivore diet, 60 days. Then I started doing keto, kind of my own thing, adding vegetables, whole foods, whatever was good. But I started somewhere, and I started feeling really good. And I knew that I was never going to do this again. I knew that these things wouldn't even tempt me anymore. I just didn't want them. I went into it with a mindset like an astronaut, that if you fail in space, you're going to die. Failure is not an option. These people in my life need me, and I need to lead. So a couple weeks in, I got some really good results to look back on. I'm feeling good. I've gone from a 4X to a 2X. But the real part came in the giving back. I was able to give people my time, give more energy, give more improvements, more focus on Fastcap, and that was a good feeling and what I started chasing. But the real transformation came from my mindset. It completely changed my mindset, where I was, where I wanted to be, and how hungry I was to be a leader. I wanted to lead people. So at this point, I am all in. I'm shopping around only the outside of the grocery store, as my father states in his book. Leave the processed stuff for other people. Shop around the outside, Whole Foods. So what's next for me? Japan study mission number 2. 9 days in the most wonderful country with amazing people. Beautiful father and son group from the tour. So the beginning, I think it's all about sustainability. Then I walk into Dr. Ken Mogi's classroom, and he starts talking about pivoting. And I think, is this what he means, basketball, pivoting? Could that be what he's really getting at in business? And he starts to talk about Japan and how they've gone from the most warring nation in the world to the most peaceful nation. And it makes me think, well, did Sakichi Toyota pivot? He went from making looms for his mother to making some of the best vehicles in the world that I want to drive every day? Or maybe I could relate it back to Fastcap and how we're woodworkers, not paper workers, and we're in the woodworking industry, not the coffee industry. But now through trial and error and a new account, we've surpassed our wood sales with coffee sales. And we're woodworkers because we pivoted. It wasn't easy. It took lots of improvements and constant focus, but we pivoted. I pivoted my health. I took it for granted for too many years. And I finally took that moment when I pivoted from this junk food to quality food. So, as many of you have seen, probably this is Max and Elena. They've worked at Fastcap for quite some time now. And I was sitting at their wedding one day, and Max shared with me that it's about $4,000 to the venue, 2-year waiting list. Got my mind going, started pivoting everywhere. And I'm like, what can I do with all my waste? So I do dry storage. All these big boats and RVs usually fill my whole barn. You can't even walk in there in the winter. And then in the summer, everybody goes to have fun. Well, I have this massive empty space. So I started to think, what could happen if I pivot and start doing weddings? So I do the first one outside. I transform some of my cornfield into a beautiful lawn. Have 150 people over, it goes great. Second wedding, huge pivot happens. It starts dumping rain the night before the wedding. Me and the groom go, oh crap, this is all outside, we gotta move it all inside now. And it transitions or pivots me into doing indoor-outdoor weddings. Then by the third wedding, we're able to set up overnight to do weddings from dry storage to beautiful weddings, indoor and outdoor, with 400 people. So on the first Japan study mission, not pivoting so much. I went years before this, and it meant a lot to me, but not enough. I didn't make that full pivot yet into the lean world. But when I went on the second Japan study mission, I went with a clear mind. I was halfway through my health journey, and I really had a clear mind when I went there. And it was a transforming experience every day. But walking into Dr. Ken Mogi's classroom and hearing him say pivot and relating it immediately to all these things sent me on my journey. Where would I be if I did not pivot? Where could you be if your company pivots? This is Vlad. He's now lost 30 pounds because of my influence. I have not pushed anything to pull. He saw what I have done. He wants to do the same. Pivot and live. Pivot and thrive. Thank you very much.